If you're a Universal Studios junkie like me, listen up. I'm Stephanie with Unconditional Adventures, and it's my first time here at Universal Studios Hollywood. I'm here to find out what makes this park different than the one in Orlando. So let's go see what other attractions they have here that we can't get in Florida. I thought I knew Universal, but Hollywood surprised me almost immediately. Obviously, there are some key differences between the California and Florida locations. With the opening of Epic Universe, Orlando boasts 3 theme parks, a water park, City Walk, and 11 on-site hotels and resorts. Universal Orlando Resort is fairly spread out and can easily be a week-long destination. It requires planning, transportation, and some serious strategy to get everything accomplished. Hollywood, on the other hand, is comprised of 1 park and City Walk. Since everything here is stacked vertically, it can be a one-day park, or 2 if you really want to slow down and enjoy yourself. Both have special events throughout the year, host different festivals, and are home to the best horror event in the country, Halloween Horror Nights. Currently, both parks are capitalizing on the success of the movies Wicked and Wicked for Good, with special meet and greets and merchandise. Okay, so first thing I found, the Wicked store, while it's not the Wicked experience, has way more merch in here than the one in Orlando. Another major Hollywood-only moment is the use of an upper lot and a lower lot. Orlando's parks are spread out and connected by the Hogwarts Express, City Walk, or a shuttle bus ride. The Hollywood Park is broken into 2 pieces that connect by escalator or a set of staircases that feel about 5 miles high. The escalators are generally busy, so I suggest buying an early entry ticket to Super Nintendo World so you can start your day on the lower lot, knock everything out there, and then once you go up the escalators, you can stay on the upper lot. I wasn't expecting how much the escalators would change the feel of the day. The trip up or down seems to take forever, and it really knocked the wind out of my sails. But it does allow the park to hold more attractions without being spread out. One of the biggest draws of Universal Orlando Resort is, of course, the Wizarding World of Harry Potter. The 2 original lands, Hogsmeade in Islands of Adventure and Diagon Alley in Universal Studios Florida, are tied together by the Hogwarts Express. And now, inside Epic Universe, you'll find the Ministry of Magic. These lands are immersive and take some serious time and commitment to get in depth, whereas the Hollywood Park only contains Hogsmeade and only has 2 of the rides you'll find in the Orlando version, Harry Potter and the Forbidden Journey and Flight of the Hippogriff. You can still eat at the 3 Broomsticks, drink plenty of butterbeer, get your own wand at Ollivander's, catch the Triwizard Tournament and Frog Choir shows, and explore the many shops of Hogsmeade. The front entrance looks about the same as Orlando, but the back entrance is a little sneakier. It led me to a cool-looking snack stand I haven't seen before. Okay, we're going to try, this is something different that Orlando doesn't have, so we're going to try the Hogwarts meat pie from one of the stands. First bite, all crust. So it's kind of a shepherd's pie feel to it. Nothing special, but it's still kind of cool. Hollywood's Hogsmeade feels tight and efficient. Orlando is certainly more expansive and immersive. Another familiar Universal franchise, The Fast and the Furious. So another difference between Hollywood and Universal, the Fast and the Furious ride is going to be a roller coaster and not a sucky faux 3D stupid ride. So hopefully this one, unlike Orlando, hopefully this Fast and the Furious ride doesn't suck. The new coaster is set to open in Hollywood in summer 2026, and a similar version will then open in Orlando in 2027. The parks did announce they will be closing Fast and the Furious Supercharged in Orlando to make way for the new coaster. Thank God. One of the headline attractions here in Hollywood is Super Nintendo World. It actually opened in Hollywood first before becoming part of Epic Universe in Orlando. This land is so fun and incredibly immersive. The land here is 1 level, so the entrance takes you straight back through a green tube, through Princess Peach's castle, and opens up into a real-life video game. It's impressive, don't get me wrong, but compared to walking onto the second story of a massive land in Orlando, it feels kind of small. Having a power-up band here adds another layer of immersion. You can collect points by punching blocks, competing in games, and completing challenges. So this is different. You can buy the power-up band here. But as a reminder, you cannot get the Donkey Kong or Diddy Kong band in Hollywood, only in Orlando. But you can buy them at a machine. That's really cool. Toadstool Cafe is an immersive sit-down restaurant and is just as popular here as it is in Orlando. Hollywood also has a power-up cafe on the upper lot with even more themed treats. There's only one ride in this land instead of 3, but it's a popular one, Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. This is a VR-style racing ride, just like the video game, and your power-up band actually syncs to your ride vehicle. The more points you've acquired before you ride, the more you'll see during the ride. I first rode this in Orlando and wasn't impressed. This time, since I understood a little bit more about how the ride works, I'm only slightly more impressed. Alright, just rode Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. Not much different here, just the queue line is a little different and how you enter it is different, but other than that, pretty much the same ride. Also on the lower lot is the Transformers 3D ride, and one of my absolute favorite indoor coasters, Revenge of the Mummy. So other things that are completely different, the Mummy. This is a totally different ride than in Orlando. The launch is different, the entire ride premise is different. This was awesome. I strongly recommend riding it. If you like the Mummy in Orlando, you will love this version of the Mummy. Minus the only thing you can't get here is your cup of coffee! The final land in the lower lot is Jurassic World. It has one ride, Jurassic World The Ride, which seems to be an updated version of Jurassic Park River Adventure in Orlando. There's also Raptor Encounter, which looks about the same. The theming is certainly more modern here, but let's be honest, half the thrill in Orlando is walking over the bridge from Hogsmeade, turning the corner, and seeing the lit-up entry arch to Jurassic Park as the theme music plays. This is definitely not that. Alright, so just rode Jurassic World. It's pretty similar, a little bit different premise, but and the dinosaurs are different because it's Jurassic World and not Jurassic Park. Really, the biggest thing that was missing is that it doesn't open the doors and play the theme song like it does in Orlando, which is one thing I really, really like. But I get as equally not wet on this ride as I do in Florida, so which still felt nice because it's really hot out today. Back on the upper lot, I'm taking a stroll through Springfield, USA. There are plenty of places to eat here. You can grab merch at the Quickie Mart, and the Simpsons 3D ride here is the same. There is no twirl and hurl, but the rest looks remarkably similar. So this is all the same, it's just in a different order. Dr. Nick's. You can put it in, we can take it out. It's also my high school motto. The last land that's in both locations is Minions Land. However, the Hollywood version feels completely different. First, it has Super Silly Fun Land, which is a little kids play and water area where the purple Minions take on the yellow Minions. There's also only one Minions ride here. Alright, next up is Despicable Me, Minion Mayhem. The entry to get into it so far is already different, so we'll see how the ride compares. I think it's the same ride, but we'll double check. Yep, it's the exact same ride, which I love. I made sure to try the Minion Cafe here, which has a completely different menu than in Orlando. I was not impressed with Orlando at all, so I'm hoping this is better. If anything, the theming on the food is pretty cool. Okay, trying the super cute grilled cheese at the Minions Cafe. We also have Minions fries. Looks like a pretty basic grilled cheese. And it is. Still good. Outside the park, City Walk has a similar feel. It's certainly more narrow, making it feel just as crowded, but there are several stores unique to Hollywood. I was happy to see some of the staple restaurants here too, especially Toothsome's Chocolate Emporium with its signature smokestack. Of course, there are a few things here in Hollywood that are different and unique to this park. The Secret Life of Pets ride. That is not a thing there, so I'm excited to try this out and see what it's like. This ride is really fun. You become a pet trying to get adopted, which is really cute. The ride operates on virtual queue when the park is busy, so make sure you download the Universal Studios Hollywood app before your visit. So this is kind of the epitome of things that are different from Hollywood to Orlando. The studio tour, where you go on a ride through a working studio lot. So I'm about to take this and see how this goes. Apparently you get 3D glasses as well. So that part of Universal's game is still the same. Everything gets 3D glasses. This is the ride that started it all and turned Universal Studios into the theme parks we know and love today. Taking a tour of a working TV studio and various movie sets was not only super nostalgic, it was really fun seeing places that I recognized instantly, like Wisteria Lane.
That wonderful show shot here for 4 seasons. We also use it currently for 10. So this is where the lead family's house is in 10.
Just got off the studio tour. Highly recommend if you're a fan of movies. That was really cool. It's not only a working set, but also there's elements of several Florida rides on there as well. So no spoilers, but this was definitely well worth it. Like so much history and stuff, and then a lot of classic rides incorporated on it. So that was really cool. I was glad. It's about 45 minutes long, but well worth it. It was a lot of fun. And hardly any wait at all, which was nice. Hollywood also has one of the highest rated theme park shows, Waterworld. It's a water and stunt spectacular you won't want to miss. If you are a fan of the Bourne Stuntacular in Orlando, you will love this show. One thing I wasn't expecting at Universal Studios Hollywood is the sheer amount of roaming characters. They're everywhere. You can get pictures and videos with them, talk to them on the street. I got to meet different characters literally all day long, which isn't the case in Orlando. Now, with the opening of Epic Universe, yes, you see a lot more roaming characters in each portal, but this is just a constant flow of classic Universal characters, and I loved it. And Donkey loved that I was wearing a shirt with his face on it.
Oh my goodness, and then we'll stay up late swapping manly stores in the morning. I'm making waffles. Stephanie knows.
So with the two Universal Studios having a lot in common while also being very different, which one will you enjoy more? Orlando is certainly made for longer trips, more immersion theming, and let's face it, Harry Potter fans. It's a full-on vacation destination for families and theme park adults alike. Universal Studios Hollywood is better for shorter trips, or add-ons for those who are already coming to Southern California. If you've never been to a Universal Studios theme park, this is a great way to experience all kinds of different franchises in one day. Great for theme park fans and solo travelers. If you want to see more videos on both Universal Studios Hollywood and Universal Orlando Resort, check out the playlists in the description. I do deep dives on food rankings, money-saving tips, and a lot more. You can also check out my blog for strategy ideas and upcoming events across the Universal parks. If you want help deciding between Orlando and Hollywood, or want help planning a trip, I'm a U-Preferred travel agent, and I'd love to help. I know these parks firsthand, so I can help take the stress out of planning so you actually enjoy your vacation. And what a great day here at Universal Studios Hollywood. This was pretty fun, discovering all of the things that are different from this park compared to Orlando. Please give this video a like if you learned something, and subscribe for even more Universal content. Thanks for watching. Happy adventuring.